ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהכל נהיה בדברו. We all wear some kind of mask. We really don't show our true selves. As a matter of fact, the word persona means a mask. We hide certain things and we don't show everything to many people. I remember on one occasion, I was about to do a wedding and the bride-to-be said to me, she wants more tradition in her wedding. She wasn't necessarily the daughter of a very traditional home. They were Jewish, they were identified with the Jewish people, goes without saying, but not that it was necessarily a kosher home, that Sabbath mattered very much. And I really didn't know what to say to her. You want it more Jewish somehow. I said, you know what? I usually do some Spanish in the ceremony also. I will skip the Spanish translation and I will just say the Hebrew. No, she didn't mind that. What else can be done? At that time, very few brides used to do that, go 7 times around the groom. So I suggested to her, you know what? Why don't you go around the groom 7 times? And I explained to her, 7 days of the week, you're sort of showing which is your space around your husband. Nobody should go near your husband. I gave her, there's a pasuk in Tehillim that says something about it. She said, that's it. I want to do that to make it a little more authentic. I remember that the night of the wedding, just before the ceremony, I see her, she's a little pale, and she's holding on to a wall. She was about to fall. I say to her, you're probably very nervous before the wedding. You know, maybe we should skip the 7 rounds, you know, you're not... She says, yeah, I think you are right. And we did the ceremony like I normally do a ceremony. Then a miracle happened. 6 months later, she gave birth. It seems that the poor girl was really pregnant. And she wasn't feeling well. She was a little nauseous at the time of the ceremony. And I said to myself, here she's asking me for more tradition. But on the other hand, she did something that she shouldn't have done. Well, this is the way we are. We have a mask. We don't reveal everything. I remember another case. This was a young couple. After a year and a half after the wedding, they came to see me. They want to get divorced. I knew them very well because they lived in the vicinity. I said, terrible, you know. How long do you know your wife? He says, well, Rabbi, I have to confess. A year before our marriage, we were living together. So I said to him, well, what could have surprised you then after you got married? You knew exactly what was going to happen. And he said to me something that I learned as time goes by. It isn't the same living together as living with a marriage certificate in your hand. Something different. While you're living together, maybe you're in your best behavior because you know the other party can walk out any day that they want. But once you have this marriage certificate, you feel sure, no matter what, you show your true self. And I was thinking to myself, you know, how we are. We really don't show our true selves the way we are. We don't show it to our wife. We don't show it to our best friend. You know, maybe what is even more tragic, we don't show it to ourselves. We don't really know who we are. We go to psychiatrists, we go to psychologists, we're trying to find out who we really are. Maybe because we're afraid to face what is really our true self. But there's another mask that we wear, and that is the mask of tradition. Jewish tradition imposes certain behavior upon us. We want to do certain things, but yet tradition forces us to take a different kind of behavior. It gives us a different mask. Well, maybe because deep down, according to the Bible, you know, man is a rebellious type of being. You know, inventiveness, creation has to come after destruction. You have to destroy the idols before you can establish the belief in one God. But many a time, this destruction of idols leads to something else. It leads to disorder in this world. So maybe the role of tradition is to put on a mask on us, a certain norm of behavior, so that this energy that we have, this enormous potential that we have, should be guided in the right direction. Well, try to be true to yourself, try to be true to your spouse, to your parents, to your children, to your friends. But remember, don't let go completely. You have to have certain boundaries, and those boundaries are the ones that are set by the Jewish tradition.